Yes, it's Your Music Live here on Studio Live today, and you don't need to see my face. Yes, you do. Hello, welcome aboard. This is our weekly live show where we play your best independent music from all around the world, and we do it here every week thanks to our wonderful sponsors. That's them right there with the little gremlin. It is DistroKid. If you would like to support the show, you can check out DistroKid using the link there above or below, and they will help you get your music released to the world. They are, in my humble opinion, the greatest way to get your independent music out there onto Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and all of the other places. And we thank them for their support of Your Music Live. Let's kick in because we've got a lot of great music on the show here for you today. And this first one is going to be an awesome one. This is from Amelia Schoholm. And she says, I made this song entirely on GarageBand on my iPad. It's about how you compare your life to everyone else and you're never really satisfied. Something I think we can all relate to. Let's give it a crack here. Emily Schoholm, Anyone But Me. Your Music Live is on the air. Anything But Me. Yeah, definitely super rockin' tune there from Amelia. Very cool stuff, and I thought that was just a great way to start the show here today. Something, again, I know that many of us can relate to. Sometimes it's been uncomfortable being in your own skin, but you know what? You know what helps? Having a wonderful community like you folks here for Your Music Live that rock up here week after week. However, if it's your first time here, you might be thinking, who's this bloke and what's all this then? What all this then is 2 hours of live independent music. We play 1 to 2 minutes of a bunch of tracks. We link to them all down in the description, and if you want to follow up, support the artists and check out the rest of their catalogue, all you need to do is jump down in the description. I've done all the hard work for you, and if you want to submit a song, there is a QR code and a link also down in the description if you've got something to submit for a future show. We've got a whole bunch more cool stuff that happens here on the show, but you'll just have to stick around and find out what that's all about. Next up, we have an artist by the name of Middle Suburbia. They say, I wrote this song after I'd written and recorded a few songs and was nervous about how they would be received. Bit of a theme here today. This song is basically a lullaby to myself that everything will be okay in the end. Two, right. This is called Tonight, Good Night, here on Your Music Live.
If you were to hear my song, would you say the notes are wrong? Or would you tell me that it's the best you ever heard? If you were to hear me sing, Would you like the song I bring? Would you tell me that my voice needs a little work? And so tonight, good night. I hope the words came out right. And so it goes every time I'm letting go of what is mine. If you were to hear my song, would you say the notes are wrong? Or would you tell me that it's the best you ever heard? And so tonight, good night. I hope the words came out right. And so it goes every time I'm letting go of what is mine.
Just lovely stuff, and it keeps going and getting better from there, folks. So you will want to go and check out the full song. And once again, all of the links to all of the songs that we play on the show here today are linked down in le description. Hello to Jade Star. Yeah, Doorways into Music said a really cool interview with PA. I love it. I love it when we have the worlds collide around the community. So PA been played on this show a whole bunch of times. May even have a song on the show tonight. And Jade did a wonderful interview with her just a couple of days ago. So jump on over to Jade Star's channel if you want to check that one on out. Let's grab our next track, shall we? We're going to jump over to the Cloud of Sounds for this one. It's from an artist called Lunar Light. They say, made with GarageBand, wanted an 80s vibe. After I sang the vocals afterwards, made up on the spot. Love a bit of that. Love a bit of make it up on the spot. Just sort of make it up as you go. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? This is Air from Lunar Light here on Your Music Live.
The water's deeper than you think. Push too far and you might sink. But I'll be there to give you air.
Here on Your Music Live. Very cool. Definitely an 80s vibe going on with that one. Yeah, the vocals and the beat, doom, 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 just like ticks along beautifully, doesn't it? Again, we have a whole range of different types of tunes, different genres, and different styles here on the show. And I think you've seen that from the first few tracks that we have a whole lot of stuff going on here. We will hear from our sponsors, DistroKid, in just a moment. We're going to try some of their fun features this week. We also have our Play My Fire Beat feature coming right up. That's where you have an opportunity to have one of your songs played right here today. Yeah, most of the songs are already submitted. They're on the playlist. They're down in the description. But twice per show, once in the first half, once in the second half, you get an opportunity to have a song played right here, right now, live on the show. It's always a lot of fun. Love the serendipity of what the randomness will reveal. But for now, let's grab this one. This is our old mate Christopher Brassard, who we've been hearing from a little bit over the last few months. And he's got a track here called Europa. It says Europa is about traveling to Jupiter's moon. Cool, sure. Europa, Bobby Hall recorded and sent me a track of just his drumming and randomly did and said, do something to it. This is that song. So this is Christopher and Bobby Hall from the band Rain, who you've heard here on the show before. But this is Christopher with Bobby Hall on drums. Europa here on Your Music Live.
Time to depart to a place of uncertainty, the freedom to feel and find out if this is a dream. The path is unfettered, it's clear I've been here before.
Christopher Broussard bringing some sweet, lush tones there with Europa. I always remember Europa because for some reason I was big into astronomy and I'd learnt all of the moons. At one point I knew, I think, every moon in the solar system, like Io and Europa, and that's all I can remember because I'm too old to remember what I did in elementary school. But yeah, it was a very cool jam, and I dig it, and I like it. Good stuff. We're going to grab a couple of tracks from over Germany way. So we go all around the world. Like the title says it all, the best indie music in the world. And I only say that because it's your music. I don't have the confidence to say that my music is the best, but I know that your music is the best, which is why Your Music Live is my favorite time of the week. Let's first grab this one. Now, I nearly put this in the covers section, out under the covers section, but I'm going to play it up front here because it is kind of a cover. It's a remix of a member of the community. It is from our friend Velton Kinder, who says Manny remixed the song Kadisha. So I want to give him a remix back as Wallflower came. He asked me and the song instantly clicked for me. So this is a Lily Pillies tune from Manny of the Lily Pillies called Wallflower. And this is a remix from Velton Kinder. And we're going to play it live on Your Music Live.
She stands alone, staring at the wall. Won't speak a word, says nothing at all. Across the way, the boys just stare. They don't really know, and they don't really care. From small things, big things grow. Watching, waiting, and keeping it slow. Holding every night, listening to records till the morning light. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, waiting for no one. A lonely tear, when no one's here, your heart stops beating. Maybe tomorrow or someday in June.
How cool is that? If you know the original song, you know that that's just it's just done something a little different. I love a remix. Like, a remix doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It doesn't have to change everything. It can keep the original vibe of the track and then just twist it. It's kind of like when you get, when you're in a restaurant and the dude comes around with a pepper grinder. You don't want him to like go to town on that stuff. You just want a few twists. And that's what Weltenkinder has done there to that Lily Pilly's track. A few twists of delicious cracked pepper. Yeah. Is the analogy losing it? Yeah, I think it is. All right, let's move on. All right, you come for the music and you stay for the weird-ass analogies here on Your Music Live. We mentioned the wonderful artist PA, and she's got a cracking new track that I'm pretty sure Jade played this during her interview the other day. It is called MTV Brainwash. And as a child of the 80s and 90s and the MTV generation, remember when MTV had music on it? Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, not a funny joke anymore, but we used to actually have music videos on MTV. And you would. What was popular was what was on MTV and VH1 and these places. They decided what was popular. That's where pop music came from. But you don't want to be brainwashed by these things. So this is from PA. She says, "I did it again. I played with your senses. Let's go back to Germany. PA MTV Brainwash on Your Music Live."
They say heaven on earth, I say heaven is hell, 'cause I'm dancing on a tightrope between heaven and hell. My mind is stuck and arrested between all these walls. I try not to fall into that big black hole. It's in my Pandora's box, hidden in my Pandora, locked in my Pandora, deep down. Breathe that shit in and out. That's the only way to stop us so from falling apart. Torn, listening to calm, feeling the pressure of the storm. Manson, he's just testing how much anger I can take. Rage is the machine of the steam I carry inside. Good Charlotte is the alphabet of the darkness within me. I master my headphones, leave a push play. Keep on checking my mind, only when access to some of the most wanted. To those who are deserving my attention, the depths of my attention, the depths of my attention. Torn, listening to calm, feeling the pressure of the storm. Manson, he's just testing how much anger I can take. Rage is the machine of the steam I carry inside. Good Charlotte is the alphabet of the darkness within me.
Love it. And rhyming Charlotte with alphabet. That's just brilliant. That's amazing songwriting. You don't need, like, look at Red Hot Chili Peppers. Don't let the intonation of your words get in the way of really good songwriting. Because just go with it. No, really good stuff there from PA, Pronounce It Alternative. And it was great to hear from PA about her background and her music creation and her influences. Pretty clear from that track exactly what her influences are though, right? Yeah, absolutely powerful track from The one and only PA. Oh, we got our next track. We're going to go over to the Cloud of Sounds here and grab this one from the Mandy Club. They say it's our newest single and album soon. This song is about being manipulated. And they say newest single, even though I'm a little behind here because there's always a bit of a backlog around Studio Live Today land, which we'll catch up on soon. But this one has been out for a little while, but I wanted to play it anyway. It's called Let the Liar Dance. The Mandy Club. Your Music Live.
Count your chances like pennies on a table. Parade your flag even though you're unable. And dance for me, let the liar dance for me. Shut up and suck it up, I think your song's over. Prance it off, my love.
The Mandy Club with Let the Liar Dance. How cool is that? It has kind of, I don't know, it's there's a whole bunch of bands in there. There's a little bit of White Stripes on that cool beat that's going on there. A little bit of like 21 Pilots kind of style with the falsetto voice and the, I don't know, really cool stuff there from the Mandy Club. But yeah, the groove in that one was really good, wasn't it? Just kicking along really nicely. And yeah, the guitar was gold on that one. Are you having a good time? I am. And if you are, a little thumbs up button down below, that does definitely help out. You know what it does? It tells the robots of YouTube to tell the other robots that you're enjoying the show. And then it goes out and tells other people, it shares it. The other way you can share the show is to use the share button. There's a share button down below, and that will get you a link. You can throw that in your social medias. You can email it to your grandma. You can do what you want with it. It helps out because so many folks have discovered this show because a friend of a friend of a friend said, you make music, you might dig what's going on over here at Your Music Live. And then you joined, and then the rest is history. So that's happened a few times. It is time for our spotlight, our Slaps Spotlight. So slaps.com, if you're not aware, is from our wonderful sponsors, District. It is a free way to share your music. Look, SoundCloud's fine. YouTube does their thing. But slaps.com is a free platform, free to join. And you can do just what our friend Michael, a.k.a. Zealand Band, has done and share a tune right here on slaps.com. So that is what we are going to play right now. This one from Michael. It is called Freeze. Don't freeze, everybody. Michael, a.k.a. Zealand Band, Your Music Live.
Freeze.
Michael, aka Zealand Band. Yeah, I would like to know that too. Michael comes up with some amazing music. He's always got something new that he's brewing up there over in Canada, and that one is no exception. And as you saw there, because it was here on slaps.com, you can do some cool things. You can throw some fire on it. You can save the track. Look how easy it is to share. Click, copy link, and none of this sharing social. Like, have you seen some of those Cloud of Sound links? They're like 14 lines long. No, simple, easy, free. And here's the cool thing. I can come down here and just say, awesome, Michael, just spun this on YML. And that comment's going to go to Michael. He's going to get a notification, although he's here in the chat, so he's probably seen it. But it means that you can get folks listening into your tracks. And I recommend slaps.com. As Thomas says there, you can share your music for free. Speaking of slaps.com and speaking of our wonderful sponsors, DistroKid. DistroKid have been supporting this show for more than a year now, and they are simply the easiest way to get your music online. You can sign up for as little as $19.99 per year. You can save yourself 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan using the link up above. And here's the cool thing. You can release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums and get them out there on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iTunes, Deezer, you name it, you get it there. You can set up splits here so you can share your revenue when it comes in with other artists that are working on your track. So for instance, Jade Starr, who did some drums on my songs, I can give her some revenue immediately and instantly here. And they have a sense of humor. There's a lot of fun things you can do on here if you get a bit bored. For instance, you can come in here and you can promote yourself by using some of the cool options that you have there. And you can also do some of these fun things. You can do the Wheel of Playlist, the Playlist Spotlight, and slaps.com we just talked about. Let's go the Wheel of Playlist this week, because I haven't done this in a while. How this works is we jump in here, we pick a song. So I'm going to pick my latest song, my Songtember single called Grown, because I haven't tried this before with Grown. You connect with your Spotify. It goes and connects up with your Spotify for Artists account. And when it's ready to roll, here's what happens, see? Oh, you're playing Michael in the background. We'll pause Michael for a minute because I think we've got some sound effects here. What we do is we hit the spin the wheel. No, we don't have sound effects. I was wrong. And what it does is it gives you a number between 1 and 2,000. Yeah, because there's a playlist with 2,000 tracks on it. You can see there I got number 543. I've never got in the top 100, let alone the top 10. I have the worst luck with this. But I know some folks have got number 1, number 2, right up there. 1,083. Let's spin one more time. Let's see if we can get under 500 on our third spin here, shall we? Doesn't look good. Oh, 346. There you go. So, look, it's a bit of fun. It goes on to their Wheel of Playlist, and if you can go there and you can check out the Spotify playlist, and if someone listens to 345 other songs, or if they put it onto random, then they might hear your song on there. And as soon as someone else spins up that number, your song gets bumped and you can do it again. So again, is it the thing that you're going to be doing a lot of the time? Probably not. But it just shows that DistroKid are just trying new things, and they give you interesting things to do to play around with your music. So we thank DistroKid for their support and their wonderful sponsorship of this very show, Your Music Live. Speaking of Your Music and Your Music Live, let's grab us another tune here. This is someone we haven't heard from a few weeks. And it's not a great time when you haven't heard from Russ 8889 for a while, but he's back and he says, "Hi Pete, this is a remix of Dean Thomas's The Search. Met Dean about 3 years ago around YouTube and remixed this about 2 years ago. As Dean's a member of the Delicate Giants now, I thought I should release this," and that is from Russ. So we're going to give this one a spin. This is The Search from Dean Thomas, remixed by Russ 8889.
We have even more breaking news on this Tuesday. Pittsburgh police are urgently searching for the man who robbed a bank downtown. This happened at the First National Bank before 9:30 this morning. KDK's Brianna Smith is there right now with the latest for us.
Really good stuff there from Russ 8889 remixing a Dean Thomas track. And yeah, it really is. It's suspenseful. It's hard to be watching that and listening to that and like doing anything else. I was just sitting here going, oh, like just completely entranced with the combination there of the video and the audio. It's like, oh, it's like a movie. It's like an episode of Law and Order. What's going to happen next? Very good stuff there from our friend Russ 8889. One more track, folks, and then we are going to do our Play My Fire Beat feature. That'll be coming up right after this one. And this is from John W. Adams. And we won't be here for a long time because it's a 1-minute song. Something that I like. It says, that switch from innocence to putting those childish things away in pursuit of more, or carnal endeavors. This is a 1-minute song, which is about as long as their first life-changing event. Enjoy thinking back on your own experiences. And it is called We Were Skating. John W. Adams on Your Music Live.
We were skating when the party started. There was so much punch, it was hardly guarded. So I promised you I'd be right back. Then I filled your cup and I got some snacks. And when I turned around for more, I saw you twisting crazy out on the floor with your skirt twirled up and your hair no more. You were dancing like I'd never seen before. I really didn't know what to do, so I shimmied right up there next to you. Then you gave me a look I'd never seen you make, like a demon gardener with a golden rake. My hips felt funny in a funny way. I embraced the choices I was soon to make, and that's the night I became a man. Threw my skates in a garbage can.
Oh man, I love music because it gives you a little window into the mind of the creator, and the fact that that came out of nothing, and it's just like we were skating and it's just going along, and you're like, oh, here we go, it's over. Something that I love doing as well is just having like a song that's so short that people are like, oh, okay, yeah, I like it. Very good stuff from John W. Adams. There on Your Music Live. Right, we're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing we call the Play My Fire Beat. So I'm going to fire up the old randomization station, and we're going to do this one here. We will, in honor of the last song, let's make the code word skate. #skate, SKATE. Which isn't today's Wordle, in case you're wondering. I would never spoil Wordle. But if you put #skate in the chat, you're going to have yourself an opportunity to have one of your tracks played. Now, here's how it works. If your name is randomly drawn by the randomizer, then all you need to do is in the chat, put your name, the name of the platform, and the name of the song. I'll then go find it. We don't allow links. Why? Because people come in here and spam the chat with links, and we don't want that. So if you do win, have a song in mind, know what platform it's on, just go SoundCloud, John W. Adams, skate song, or go YouTube, Jade Star, Metheus, this song. That's how you do it. So I know it's a bit confusing because sometimes people are putting links and the links get blocked, but #skate and you'll be good to go. All right, let's grab another tune while we wait for folks to put their entries in there. This is one from Vid Washington, and they say there are many ways of hurting someone, and one of the instruments of evil it would be word of mouth. Yeah, that could spread fast as wild fire. So this is a track called Inst of Evil. It is Vid Washington. We're going to listen to it here live on Your Music Live. stuff there. Vid, Washin' and Tree on Your Music Live. I think first timer here on YML. Definitely a cool tune and an artist that I'm going to have to check out a little more. And you can check out that artist and all of the other artists that we play here on the show today down in the description. I know it was a choice, having those sort of vocals that are almost inaudible because they're sort of low and drony. It's not going to work in every song, but I think it's something like that sort of shoegaze style of alternative rock. I think it actually works pretty well, and I dug it. Very cool stuff. Vape vibe. Yeah, nice moody feel. I get it. I agree. Very good. Yeah, almost Halloween-y. We are almost at Halloween. We are a week from Halloween. Happy 51 weeks of Halloween. No. Yes, Halloween in a week's time, which I know is a holiday. Favoured by many folks, including my daughter, whom it is her birthday. So Halloween will now forevermore be my daughter's birthday as well as Halloween. And unfortunately, it means that we have to see songs like Thriller played all the time. Anyway, don't get me started. All right, let's do this thing, shall we? We've got 14 entrants. You got yourself about 10 seconds left to put hashtag skate, hashtag SKATE, right here in the chat. We're then going to hit the button, spin the spinner, call the shots. Twister will tie you up in a knot. 1 foot here, 1 foot there. The spinner says 1 foot. You decide where it reaches, stretch, you balance and twist. You try it once, you get the gist. No two twists come out the same. Twister is a Milton Bradley game. Let's draw this thing. Spinning, round and round, we're spinning. We got no sound, we're spinning. It's gonna be Russ 80, 889, Rusty. Always seems to be the way these days that someone whom we've just played or were just about to play. I think we had the same thing last week. Didn't Michael Thompson win just after we'd played one of his tracks? So Russ 8889, congratulations, you are the winner of the first Play My Fire Beat for this week's show. So do let me know, Russ, here in the chat, the artist name, the platform, and the name of the track, and we will give it a spin in just a wee jiffy. But while we wait on Russ to decide what we're going to play, let's play this one. This is from Stillbird, who says 3 songs about the loss of a sweetheart strung together one day in Song of Yearning for Unrequited Love. It is Rivers Run Deep is the name of the EP, and we're going to give it a little spin here. This is Stillbird on Your Music Live.
You're the only one that I ever loved, the only one to ever let me try. You must be the fool to say you'll never leave me. Am I the fool to ask you why? I know that I will always love you till the end of time. I'd go all the way to nothing rather than say to you goodbye. And so I sing like a blue whale flying every time I catch your eye. Why must you make like a jaguar hiding as I drift across your sky? I always meant to ask you why. Rivers run deep while you sleep, carrying your candlelight. The golden sands of time have left us here, 2 lonely lovers in the night. I know that I will always love you till the end of time. And so I sing like a blue whale flying every time I catch your eye. Why must you make like a condor surviving as I dance across your sky?
Dilbert here on Your Music Live. That is an absolute cracking tune, I got to say. And I think there'll be plenty of people who are going to jump down into the description and check that one out because hopefully that's on there on this Cloud of Sounds, but hopefully they're also releasing that to the world. And DistroKid, just saying, is a great place to release your music if that's not already out there. But yeah, that was really well done. Like, yeah, the processing of that one, just perfect. I love it. Yeah, yeah. Hello from Body Scotland. Hello, Andrew. Late night there in Scotland. Good stuff. Yeah, great voice indeed, and really well mixed and produced on that track as well. So, good job. I hope we hear from you again soon. Now, Russ, Russ8889, because he's a gentleman and a scholar, he has said Eddie Pete John songs maybe anxiety. So, I don't normally play my own music because I'm a little self-conscious about that, but I can't deny Russ, and if that is Russ's choice, if that is Russ's desire, that is what we're going to play. And I'll play this song because, you know what, we all suffer from time to time. I definitely have in the last few months, change of seasons, lots going on here around the house. Anxiety is something that you don't ever get over. It is something that you learn to manage. And I'm fingers crossed, and I'm thankfully able to manage my anxiety okay these days. But I know many folk, whenever I play this song, too many people can associate with it and really understand where I'm coming from with it. So thank you to Russ8889. He has chosen this tune from me and is called Anxiety. It is released on DistroKid. There you go. We'll link it back. It is released on DistroKid, so you can go and check it out. But this is the music video Anxiety from my 2018 album Selfish Aware.
Say the time for hope is gone and there is nothing left to comfort in the end. And you say even when you're feeling good that something else will come around the bend. And I'm always thinking, always trying to hold on. And I something else will go wrong. It's wrong. You say even when there's good things happening, the party will be at an end real soon. And you say you might be happy now, but I've a million ways to open up the wound. And I'm always hurting, always trying to hang on. And it's hard to see this feeling might be wrong, and it might be in my head, but my heart is racing and I'm scared. And I take a breath and try to see you're not real, you are just anxiety.
Russ, yeah, you are not real. You are just anxiety. And yes, my wife is scared by that video because she's like, one of you's enough. I don't want three more of you. But yeah, it is, again, it's something that it is. Our brains lie to us. Did you know that? You can't always, your brain won't always tell you the right thing. And for anyone that suffered from anxiety, yeah, the loop of anxiety where you worry about something and then you worry about the fact you're worrying about it, then you worry about the fact that you might be worried that you're worrying about something. Yeah, it's exhausting. But the good news is if you listen to the rest of that track, it ends well because I fight it and I tell it to piss off. But thank you, Russ. Appreciate you. And Rena did ask before, am I going to send Russ a t-shirt? Because I need to send you a t-shirt, Russ. Russ, I'm going to send you a t-shirt because you've sent me 2 different Delicate Giants shirts. I don't think I've sent you a single Studio Live Today t-shirt. So let's rectify that. Let's get a t-shirt over to you, Russ, sooner rather than later. I'll get that sorted out. All right, let's grab our next track, shall we? This is from Sekzima, and they say, made by me in GarageBand, written at the tail end of a failed marriage. I was trying to stay positive, and showed him. So we're going to give this one a spin. This is over on the Cloud of Sounds, and it is called Valentine, and we're going to spin it right here, right now, on your Music Live. Indeed there, Valentine from Sekzima. Pretty sure that's the first time we've played one of your tracks here on the show, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you for sharing it, and I hope we hear from you again, because that was cool. That was a cool vibe. Obviously, sometimes, as per the song I just played of mine, sometimes these songs come out of situations that are less than ideal. But the cool thing about music is that you can use it to celebrate the awesome times. You can use it to help with the not so awesome times. So music is the ultimate healer and leveler. But yeah, some nice textures. Love that saw bass that someone was talking about in there. Some nice synth sounds. Good stuff there all around from Sekzima. We've got ourselves about 5 or 6 more tracks here in the first half. But if you're enjoying things, don't forget there's a button that looks a bit like that down in the below bit. You can press that. You can also share the show, because sharing is caring and Sharon is Karen. You can pick up a Sharon is Karen t-shirt, as I know some folks like our friend Thomas Christ have done over at the merch store, studiolivetoday.com/merch. I don't mention the merch much. I need to mention the merch more, because it's not much. Let's give this one a spin. This is from Black Diamond, and they say a 15-minute long epic that continues Queensrÿche vocal harmonies, a Muse-inspired keyboard riff, homemade horror movie samples, and a whisked storyline. There you go. This is Black Diamond, and this is Bound Together, Kiss the Ring, on your Music Live.
Hey, boring movies are boring plots and soundtracks. Get lost!
Black Diamond just does some next level epic stuff there with both the video and the audio production. So yeah, we don't have time for the 15 minutes of the epic, but it is epic. So go and check it all out over on the YouTubes. And while you're down in the description, you can check out all the other artists that we play here on the show today. Thank you very much for sharing that one. Speaking of sharing, we're going to share this next track. This is from our friends Mike and Dawn Janice, who say, enjoy our latest love ballad video dedicated to all you... I'm going to do this in my Casey Kasem voice. Enjoy our latest love ballad video dedicated to all you lovers and dreamers who believe and work to keep romance alive. Thanks, Pete, for sharing our song. Start at 30 seconds. That was the worst Casey Kasem voice in the world ever. Love songs and dedications. All right. Mike and Dawn, I'm sorry. I always seem to mess up your intros. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? It is simply called Tonight. Mike and Dawn Janice on Your Music Live.
Losing control. My feelings are running wild, baby. Tonight, I don't know what I'll do being with you alone here tonight. Being with you alone with you tonight. I am yours tonight. Come and hold me tight. Hold me close and never let me go. Seems I'll never forget these moments tonight. No notice of time, no care on my mind, just two hearts side by side. If you put a song in my heart, baby, tonight, your sweet melody took hold of me and lifted me high. Took hold of me, and lifted me high tonight. I am yours tonight.
Yeah, yacht rock at its best there from Mike and Dawn. Fabulous stuff there. Nice pop feel. Yeah, a little bit of Olivia Newton-John. I saw Gloria Estefan there. Yeah, definitely reminiscent of those 80s sweet, easy listening vibes from back in the day, and done to perfection. If you ask me, that is some cool stuff. That is some sweet, smooth pop music to make you feel warm all the way down in your cockles. So thank you, Mike and Dawn, for sharing that one. Let's grab our next tune, shall we? Now, every time I mention this band name, I think of the fact that when I walk around my local area, I often see a crow on a wire, and we're going to play some crow on a wire here. Crows actually scare me a little bit. They're big. As much as I don't like magpies, and I don't because they swoop you, they're horrible little things, but I know they're only protecting their nests and their young, but jeebus, could they leave me alone? I don't want to eat many of their eggs, maybe a couple. But crow on a wire always reminds me of the birds that don't like me in the area. They say this song is about that quiet time before dawn. The music was finished for Songtember, but the video took a little longer. Enjoy. We're going to play this one now. It's Crow on a Wire with Dawn of the Day, Your Music Live.
Gray light, sleep fades away, cool of the day, the warm glow and quiet of my room. Got my guitar, practice and play, start of each day, in the solitude of my room. But soon the pace will quicken as the day drags us along. Through the day I will remember, here in the quiet of the dawn. The lamp glows on the table, cup of coffee steams nearby. I hum the melody and play, here at the dawn of the day. Here at the dawn of the day. No telephone.
Beautiful. Beautiful song. And a song I can totally relate to. We've had a couple of really nice smooth jams in the last couple, haven't we? But something I can definitely relate to, because I'm a dawn of the day kind of guy. There is nothing like that first light, that feeling of getting up with the sun, the quietness. Yeah, the smell of the freshly roasted coffee, and then just sitting. Usually, if it's springtime here in Australia, you sit out the back and you have a cup of coffee and you just soak it in. You just prepare for the day. You're like, you know what? I know there's going to be intensity later, but for now, I'm just going to chill. And that's a very chill tune that definitely really represents that sort of thing well. Thank you for sharing, and sorry for all the crow talk. Yeah, crows are indeed smart. I've told the story before, but yeah, I was walking down the street one time and I was like eating a bread roll, and this crow just was like hopping. It wasn't aggressive, but he was just always there. And I was walking along, and then I'd get to the next thing, and he'd be there. And I'm like, huh. So eventually I like wrapped up my food, put it in my bag, and just like scarpered off in the opposite direction. Because I'm like, this crow is going to win. This crow is going to get my roll, and then I'll be sad. Let's continue on. We've got one from Commandra. They've got a track here called Haunt. It's almost Halloween. We've got a few Halloween-y kind of songs being thrown in here now. So we're going to jump over to the cloud of sounds and play this one. This is Haunt from Commandra here on Your Music Live. The vibes there for that one. Commandra with Haunt here on Your Music Live. Dark and brooding. Yeah, I love that whisper screaming. That like a bit like the Marilyn Manson Sweet Dreams cover. It's like, sweet dreams are made of this. Like something cool about like being loud but whispering. at the same time. I dig it. Good stuff all round. Yes, get the round of the pause going on there for our friends Commandra. And they say, by the way, Haunt is the first song I ever wrote and recorded entirely with Cakewalk. Very cool. I wanted the song to feel very emotional and more like a movie soundtrack. Success. Let me just say, you've succeeded in exactly that. So congratulations, and I hope it is not the last time we hear from you, and I hope that you consider releasing that to the world using DistroKid, because they are our wonderful sponsors, and you can sign up to DistroKid using the link up there, the QR code there, or down in the description. You're going to save yourself 7% off your first year only DistroKid plan. One more track, and then it is toilet break time here on Your Music Live. I'm going to play this one from Joe and Barry Glenn. The reason being, they say, this is in memory of a terrible disaster that occurred in Aberdeen, South Wales on October 21st, 1966 at 9:15 a.m. A spoil slag tip smothered the primary school, killing 116 children. Yeah, about 10 miles away from where I lived at the time. I believe you played the song before. We have. If you could have time, you could just slip it in. Well, I will do that because Joe and Barry Glenn are wonderful supporters of this show. They've been around this community for a long time. And this is something that's very meaningful, I'm sure, to them from being in the area. But yeah, there's nothing... Yeah, anyway, nothing worse than tragedy, but tragedy that happens to young people is even worse. So let's give a listen to this one, Song for Aberfan, here on Your Music Live.
The sky is low, the rainy muddy rivers flow down from the hills and through the town. Children look on the streets of gloom, all things bright and beautiful, all things bright and beautiful. To the slaughter on that morn, no warning for those innocents born. Oh, who to blame and who did care? With God in his mercy, one child spare. All creatures great and small, all creatures great and small. Off to school now, nothing to fear. Know your lines well and be of good cheer. Your voice is rising clear and bright, will pierce dark clouds and bring the light. All things wise and wonderful, all things wise and wonderful.
Lovely song and a beautiful tribute there from Joe and Barry Glenn. Love hearing Barry on the mandolin there and the guitar, and Joe whistling up a storm as per usual. But yeah, like, I know it's a downer, but you got to remember these things, don't you? If we're not learning from them and remembering the past, we're not going to be able to move into the future and prevent things from happening. Sadly. Yeah, other things happen, natural and unnatural, which need to be prevented in the world. But thank you again for sharing that one. And it was Aberfan, not Aberdeen. I think I said Aberdeen. Aberfan in North Wales. Watching a show at the moment called Welcome to Wrexham, which is about the Wrexham Football Club, and Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhaney, who bought the football club. And yeah, really interesting documentary if you want to check it out on FX or Hulu, I think, in the States. Thank you for the spin. No, you're very welcome. It is that time of the day. It is time for the toilet break. And this is where we split the show down the middle. We split it up the guts and we play a track. And this week, we've got a track here from our friend Mars Capone. Mars Capone, patron of the channel over at patreon.com/PeteJohns, and also just a stand-up dude and creates some great music and has been a member of this community for many years and definitely deserves the honour of being our toilet break tune this week. And he's got a track here called Counter Transference, and he says evergreen space junk. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some Mars Capone here on your Music Live. Toilet break time. I'll see you in a bit. epic. Mars Capone bringing the toilet break vibes here this week with Counter Transference. That could be up there. Mars has always got a lot of interesting and quirky and out there kind of jams. That one is that is slick and pro. Not that your other stuff isn't, but you know what I mean? Like, that is movie soundtrack level. Like that. You could see that. You could hear that over the closing credits of a sci-fi flick. 100%. Great stuff there. Thank you for sharing. Don't forget, all of the songs that we play here on the show are down in the description. Hey, if you're just joining us, there's a couple of things you can do. You can hit the thumbs up button if you are already think you're going to have a good time, or you are already. You can share the show. There's a share button down below. You can check out our wonderful sponsors, DistroKid, and you can strap yourself in, because coming up, we've got our Play My Fire Beat segment part 2, so you've got a chance to have one of your songs played. We've got our Under the Cover segment, and we've got a whole heap more amazing original indie tunes for your ear holes, so don't nobody go nowhere. Let's kick off our second half, shall we? And let's play a little bit of orchestral music with an orchestral cover from Orchestra Eclipse. This is an orchestral cover of Pompeii from Bastille. Oh, ça va bien, merci. Bastille with Pompeii on Your Music Live. That song has always reminded me of that Coldplay tune. It's a star full of skies. No, sky full of stars. But yeah, obviously not that one. And when you don't have the benefit of lyrics, it's even harder to tell the difference. But that is, of course, ew, 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 ew. But nicely done there from Orchestra Eclipse. Yeah, good instrument choices. I like the timpanis. I like something. If you're going to do an orchestral cover, you've got to get some low end in there, don't you? It ain't all just about strings and wind. You don't want to be full of hot air. Ba-dum-tsh. Let's grab our next tune. This is from Gregory O'Sullivan. G.O. Let's go and check out G.O. He says, cover The Model by Kraftwerk. Black covers and Weltenkinder can't be much better than me, can they? Can they? Well, here's the good thing about music and doing cover songs is it doesn't matter, because I love, for instance, there's a lot of songs that I love a whole bunch of different covers of, and the originals. And I mentioned Sweet Dreams before. I like the Marilyn Manson version. I love the original Eurythmics version. I've tried it as well, and I like doing acoustic covers of it as well. So, yeah, there is room for more covers, and there's always room for Kraftwerk covers. So this is Gregory O'Sullivan's take on Kraftwerk, The Model on Your Music Live.
She's a model and she's looking good. I'd like to take her home, that's understood. She plays hard to get, she smiles from time to time. It only takes a camera to change her mind. Going has been checking nearly all the men. She's playing her game and you can hear them say, she is looking good for beauty, we will pay.
Little bit of craft work there from our friend Gregory O'Sullivan with Model. Yeah, who doesn't want to be a model? Not me. It's all right, Johns. No one's asking you to. Oh, come on. No, very good song. Very good cover of it. Very 80s. Was that 80s? No, yeah, that was 80s. Kraftwerk, didn't they start in like the late 70s? They've been around for a long time, a surprisingly long time. But Kraftwerk there. And a cover of Model by the one and only Gregory O'Sullivan. This one's really cool. This is Mark Sundaram, aka Rockin' Pneumonia, and he says at the beginning of the pandemic, I started recording and releasing on YouTube cover versions of 50s songs, and this is my latest cover, "Bye Bye Love," originally by the Everly Brothers. So we're gonna go a little bit of 50s rock and roll for your ear holes here with "Bye Bye Love" on Your Music Live.
Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye.
Lovely cover there of an amazing epic 50s tune. They don't make them like that anymore, do they? Very cool stuff. You can definitely hear when you listen to 50s and 60s rock and roll tunes, those chord progressions. We don't use much different these days. We think we're all fancy with our modern music, but it all comes back to 145 at the end of the day, doesn't it? Great stuff there from our friend Mark Sundaram, and a really nice cover of a classic song. Yeah, bring it. Give it for Mark there. Yeah, really well recorded. Yeah, and like the hook on that one. That's how you write a pop hook, right? Bye bye love. 100%. Good stuff. Yeah, there was some great music in the late 50s. Absolutely. It really did kick off. We have it to thank for everything we have today. The 50s and the 60s rock and roll kind of set the tone for what would be the next 50 years, really. Let's move on and grab our next track, shall we? This is from JDL. Yes, John David Lees. He says, "Hi, Pete. This is a cover of Tear Away by the new metal band Drowning Pool. I recorded the vocals on this track and then asked the great Hugh Caldwell and R4, Rock Forever, to play guitar and drums. Thankfully, they both agreed. Look out for a cameo by my dog Micah at the start." Well, there you go. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? This is Tear Away, the Drowning Pool cover. JDL, Hugh Caldwell, R4, Your Music Live.
I
can't seem to make them stay. You run away faster and faster. You can't seem to get away. Break.
When one set of hi-hats is not enough. Drummers are strange like that sometimes, aren't they? Very cool stuff. I really enjoyed the drumming on that one. Guitar work great, vocals great. Everyone bringing it and doing their bit there on a cool cover of a cool song. Yeah, a bit of old Drowning Pool. I haven't thought of, let alone listened to Drowning Pool in a long time. So great stuff there. Yeah, exactly. Love this old song. Great cover. Well done. Absolutely. We got ourselves one final cover for your ear holes here on this week's episode. And need you to get your jazz hands in the air for this one. This is a cover of Edging, Blink 182. More of the pop punk that Micah loves. No business, no bunnies were injured in the making of this video. Jazz hands. And that's, of course, from Danny and Micah of The Positive Autism, who are already playing here. Let's go back to the start, shall we? This is Edging, a cover of Blink 182 from Micah and Danny. Let's take us for a spin.
I ain't that cool, a little in the head. They'll be hanging me quick when I'm back from the dead. Get the rope, get the rope, get the rope, get the rope. I'm a punk rock kid, I came from hell with a curse. She tried to pray it away, so I her. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, yeah, don't you know, they say, you're not safe here if I stay. With a knife that's sharp, no way, no. I leave the broken hearted. Oh no, was that the mess we started? Oh no, I leave the broken hearts this way. What you say? Wanna play? Don't be bold, I'm only letting you down. They pursued your foot, but I hid it in crowd. Like a ghost, like a ghost, like a ghost, like a ghost. The seats of my car, I feel the cigarette burn. Fire in my eye, a little blood in my shirt. Let's hit the road, hit the road, hit the road, hit the road. I know there's a special place in hell that my friends and I know well. There's a perfect place.
I can't say that I understand the exploding bunnies, but I'm going to go with it. It's an interesting plot twist. Very good stuff there from Micah and Danny. Autism rocks there with some Blink 182. My wife walks into me this morning and she says to me, if Blink 182 came to Adelaide, would you want to go and see them? And I'm like, are they coming here to my house? Because that's how I want to see bands now. I don't have to go to a venue. So yeah, I'm an old man. I'm yelling at clouds, and I don't like going places. Free Mr. Rabbit, right? Yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? Good. Yeah. I know. It definitely takes you on a journey there with the Rabbits. But no, I do like Blink 182. I was saying they're probably in my top 20 of all time bands, and I haven't seen them live, so I would like to, but I'm not back yet, folks. I'm not back with the whole going into public. Like every time I see someone going out to any of these concerts and festivals and events and things, they always come back with the Cove, and I'm like, I haven't had the Cove, and I don't want the Cove. So you keep your Coves. So we'll give it a little bit longer, and who knows, I might get actually back out in the real world. We'll see. Let's grab this next tune. This is from No Curb. They say, "Hi, I made this while feeling really sad," and that's how it sounds like. I'd love to hear some feedback on it. Let's give it a spin, shall we? This is Laughing Me Out from No Curb on Your Music Live. Live.
Speak in my dreams.
I'll throw in your head, man.
He's there. It's so real. It's almost like it's another part of my life. It used to be that.
Cause I know that she's gonna hurt you when you feel me up. And I want that shit to happen cause you did hurt me too. And for myself, I'm in a different spot now. Could've had my pain at night, she was there for me, Cause I know that she's gonna hurt you when you feel me up. And I want that shit to happen cause you did hurt me too. And for myself, I'm in a different spot now. Could've had my pain at night, she was there for me, Couldn't see the pain, say your eyes, wasn't really all my fault. Now I'm asking myself what I do wrong. I know that's not what I'm supposed to do. Cause it wasn't my fault and you know that too. My vision's gone way harder than I see anymore. What's the truth, so you're right or left one. I didn't do wrong, yeah, I'm feeling so down. I'm so often, I cannot move on. All this pressure on me, feel like I'm drowning. I'll do it slowly, but now I notice. Not even my closest ones, I just wanted closure. I just wanted your fault, but nobody finds me. Cause I know that she's gonna hurt you when you feel me up. And I want that shit to happen cause you did hurt me too. But for myself, I'm in a different spot now. Could've had my pain at night, she was there for me,
Very cool stuff, yeah, absolutely. Full on, I love it. Yeah, just the intensity when you hit something hard like that just like boom, kicks in and goes hard from the word go. Yeah, BPM is off the chart. I like it. Well done there. Thank you for sharing. Remember, sharing is caring. Yeah, it was funky, punky, and altogether junky. No, that was good. I like it. Yep, nice production. Well done indeed. Going to play one more song for you folks, and then we're going to do Play My Fire Beat Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, which means that you are going to have another chance to have one of your songs played right here on the show today, and we'll be doing that in just a couple of moments. But before that, we got this one here from Mr. Sean Adam Williams, and he says, I wrote a song inspired by Ronnie Van Zant, Jimi Hendrix, and John Bon Jovi as a fiery blues rock hit of 2022. That's a lot of influences. That had me. You had me at Jimi Hendrix, Bon Jovi, and Ronnie Van Zant. That's an interesting combo right there. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? Back on the Cloud of Sounds. This is Sean Adam Williams. Keep on the fire.
Step away,
Very cool stuff. Yeah, exactly. It was well explained. I'm going with that. I think it was pretty well explained there. Good stuff there from Sean Adam Williams. Keep on the fire. Vocal timing just a bit off. Maybe in a couple of places. But yeah, it's hard. When you got a jam like that, it's kind of hard to hit the pocket really well because it is hard to time every single sound. Very good stuff though, Sean Adam Williams. Hopefully it's not the last time that we've heard from you on the show. Speaking of the show, we've got our Play My Fire Beat segment coming up, and I'm just going to reload our little randomizer generator, and I'll explain, while I find it, what this is all about. So this is an opportunity for you to have one of your songs played, because the way that we work around here is that normally you've got to use the link over there. Actually, you've got to use that link, you submit your song, and then we play it. It's usually within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's depending. I put a mix together every week, so there may be some delays there. But twice every show, we give you a live opportunity. This is why it's important to get here and watch the show live, because you get an opportunity to have your fire beat played here live. And because that last song was about fire and it's the Play My Fire Beat, let's just go old school. Let's go with fire. So just put hashtag fire. If you're here in the chat, you're watching live here on YouTube, hashtag fire. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag fire in the comments, but it won't do anything. I'm really sorry, it won't. But you can go ahead and do hashtag fire and have your opportunity to have one of your songs played. And even if you've got a song on the playlist today, that's cool too. More than happy for a double feature to happen, which has happened a few times here, because a lot of folks that are watching also have a song on the playlist, and that's fine. We can go a twofer. And the way it'll probably work is that usually the person who we just play is the person who wins. So it could be Sean Adam Williams, or it could be our next artist, which is someone that we haven't heard from for a hot minute. But a lot of people really enjoy the work of our friend Pagan Song, and they are back. They say this is a traditional string quartet churned on its end. Usually the melody is in the violin, but I have it in the cello and the violins as backup. I snagged some sirens for Dracula's Castle to delight your ear, and I hope you enjoy it in time for the spooky season. Happy Halloween. Yeah, we're not doing a specific Halloween show, but in hindsight, I probably should have set up a Halloween show for next week. Anyway, we'll play some spooky stuff today. We'll play some spooky stuff next week. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? This is the Vampire Pagan Song on Your Music Live. Damned. back with a very, very mysterious, creepy vibe on that one. Vampire by Pagan Song. On your music, live. Thank you for sharing that one. Good to have you back on board, Pagan Song. Thank you for sharing. Sharon. Be Karen. Arr, talking like a pirate now, apparently. All right, we've got 17 entries in so far. You got yourself about 10 seconds left. Let me tell you a little story about fire while we wait. I got nothing. Fire. The reason I'll tell you why we call this the Play My Fire beat, because a lot of the time, folks used to come into the show and they used to see that we had a QC, and they used to see that we had people that had submitted their songs via the form, and they were already on the playlist, and they'd say, "Yo, brah, play my fire beat. Play Snazzy Toes by DJ Flippendong." And I'm just like, no, that won't be happening. But I thought, hey, why doesn't that happen? Why don't we give folks a couple of opportunities to skip the queue and jump in and have their track played? So that's where the Play My Fire beat came about. So now we own it. We've taken it back. We own the Play My Fire beat. Now, do we have Pagan Song still in the background there? No. Let's unpause Pagan Song, and let's have some Pagan Song as the creepy background as we spin the wheel of death. It is going to be Mr. Barry Glenn of Joe and Barry Glenn fame. Barry may choose any song he desires to be played right here, right now on the show. We will await Barry's request while we play another... Okay, all right, we're back. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Let's play another tune. Congratulations, Barry Glenn. We get a little more Joe and Barry Glenn in our lives by the looks of it, which is cool. We heard him in the first half. We're going to hear him again in the second half. While we wait for Barry to decide what we're going to spin from the Glenn back catalogue, let's jump on over to Reverb Nation, because we've got a submission here from Mr. Rick Rowan. He said, "I'm so happy that GarageBand finally got brushes." Here. I really need them on this tune. It's a jazzy little pop tune, or maybe it's a poppy little jazz tune. Either way, you should be cruising down the highway with your top down on a sunny day listening to this. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? Rick Rowan, All Green Lights on your Music Live. Rick Rowan, All Green Lights. Yeah, classic 70s cheese. I love it. Good stuff there. All Green Lights would be a miracle. Well, you see, Tremor Bear, that's why I usually walk not that I get all green lights, but if I walk the back streets, I don't have to worry about crossing at the lights. And especially in my area, I get to walk along the river. We've got a wonderful walking path called Linear Park here in Adelaide. And you go under roads, under the bridge. And yes, every time I walk under bridges, what do I sing to myself? Under the bridge downtown. Very cool stuff there, though. Yes, round of applause there. Rick Rowan, all green lights. Yes, exactly. Sorry. Does anyone think that cheese is bad? No, absolutely not. Go the cheese. Own the cheese. That's what I say. All right. Now, Mr. Barry Glenn, because he is a gentleman, has decided that he would like to handball his win onto the wonderful Frigsy. And Frigsy probably snoozing right now and over there in Ireland. And we're going to play a Frigsy tune called Zombie Nation, which is Frigsy's Song Timber. Was it his Song Timber tune? Or it was before that, wasn't it? No, I think it was. Okay. Anyway, it is a very, very cool tune. It is a rockin' tune. And thank you to Barry for suggesting that we give this one a spin. This is the one and only Frigsy with Zombie Nation on Your Music Live. Very cool tune, great choice and selection there from Mr. Barry Glenn. Yeah, Zombie Nation from Frigsy here on Your Music Live. The play, My Fire Beat winner. I had an idea the other day that one of these days I should just get really lazy and do a all fire beat edition of YML. What do you reckon? Should we put it to a vote and see if we should do that for a future show? I'll do this. We'll come over here to the YouTubes, and I'm going to actually put a poll up here. I don't do polls usually on this show, but let's put a poll here, and we're just going to ask the simple question: is should we do an all fire beat edition of YML, like a special edition, not like for this one. Keep this the same, but maybe do a separate show where we do an all Firebeat edition. Let's let me know what you think. We'll do a little democracy here with the folks that are here live. All right, thank you again to Barry and to Frigsy for sharing that one. The next track we have is from Dawson, Dawsim. We're going to go back to the cloud of sounds, and they say it was based on an animation show that I was watching, and I took inspiration from and made a song about it. I wrote the lyrics based on the animation. Everything is self-produced in Fruity Loops Studio number 20. FL Studio, for those playing along at home, but I love calling it Fruity Loops. This is a track called Cold, and it's by Dawson, and we're going to play it live on Your Music Live.
Take the metal plate and place it in the mud. Watch as my blood freezes and the blade ends up a scar. You think that you know me well, but why are you so far? You meant so much to me, but I'm not even in your arms. If I think about it, I don't want your pity, ho. It never mattered about how I felt. You only cared about you and yourself. So don't talk to me about mental health.
Dawson with Cold. Yeah, now that's some sub bass right there. I've only got the little 3.5-inch PreSonus Iris here, so it wasn't rattling my room too much. But yeah, that was some very heavy stuff. Yeah, look, it's some interesting stuff there. Exactly, there's a little bit of ducking going on there and limiting, and that may be intentional. But when that kick drum comes in, the vocals kind of duck, which may be intentional. But yeah, it was probably a little distracting, and maybe you could just tweak that a little bit so it doesn't duck quite so much. But I like it. Yeah, raw. Raw is a great word for it. Very raw stuff there from Dawson and Cold on Your Music Live. We're moseying towards the end of the show. I keep trying to keep these to 2 hours, and we end up being about 2:20, 2:30. But we'll kick on and get to the end. We've got the poll going on there at the moment. I like this idea from Barry. Yes, but you can't vote for yourself. That would be an even more interesting idea, isn't it? It's just like the You Be the DJ edition, where the challenge there is we need to make sure that people are okay with their song being played on the show. So it does get a little bit dicey with that sort of thing. People will be like, play Blink 182, and it'll be like, oh no. See, the problem is we can't play commercial music because they like to have takedown notices and things. But yeah, maybe if we could do something, maybe we'll try it over on Patreon. Let me know what we do. Maybe we do a little Patreon party where we just spin the wheel and you get to choose whose song we play, and we can just have a bit of a jam on that. Well, got to throw these ideas around, don't we? All right, let's grab our next song here. This one is from Sumi, which is, I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, I apologize, Shayasi Mukherjee, and I'm just going to say Sumi. So Sumi, no. They say co-writers are from around the world. Sumi, the vocalist, is from India. Russ Lucas writes the music from Las Vegas. Susan is the lyricist from Cincinnati. The drummer lives in Brazil, and the mix engineer works out of Romania. Whew, this is a woman of power song, or should I say, she knows what she wants, and she is giving it to him just like he wants it. Interesting. I like it. All right, let's give this one a spin, shall we? It is Just Like You Wanted, Sumi, here on Your Music Live.
La 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 la. hypnotized, blindsided, just like you wanted. Oh, the sun was gold, or so I've been told. I never saw the waves, just the wine in your gaze. Just like you wanted, you know you wanted me caught in your web, mesmerized and hypnotized, blindsided, just like you wanted. Cabin by the lake, I was your chocolate cake. Winter arrived and we were shoved in a deep freeze. Just like you wanted, you know you wanted me caught in your web, mesmerized and hypnotized, blindsided, just like
Very
you
nice
wanted.
stuff there from Sumi, just like you wanted. Worldwide collaborations on that one. You love to hear it, don't you? Very cool stuff there from Sumi. Thank you for Sharon. Sharon be Karen. Yeah, I agree. Great song. Great vocals. Really well done there. Yeah, a little bit Sade. What was that? Almost Dido as well. I will go down with the ship. Yeah, talented vocals on that one. For Shores. All right, let's continue on. We've got ourselves, let's count them out here. Got 7. We've got lucky 7 more tracks to play here today. So we're going to chill and play this next one. This is from Dizzy Dre, and they say it was recorded in my home studio and started off as just a loose idea, which quickly became Hate Me Now, a story about a couple arguing in a club. There you go. Let's come over and take a listen to this one. Dizzy Dre and Hate Me Now here on Your Music Live.
See that look inside your eyes, know that you're not here tonight. Don't know why I even try, your love's just been compromised. Notice the devil in disguise, see that look inside his eyes. Don't ask me a reason why, don't get an answer this time. How you gon' talk when you're not around, saying different things trying to bring me down. Don't understand what you're talking about, gotta slow down, you're talking loud. Can we take this outside and ease it out? Look me in my eyes and start to shout. You know I hate you now. You know I hate you now. Every time we talk, baby, feel so way, and I can't help but stay. You know I hate you now. You know I hate you now. Every time we talk, baby, feel so way, and I can't help but stay. You know I hate you now. You know I hate you now. As she running over to the restroom, tears falling down her dress. I can still smell your perfume as I race after your home. Baby, just come out, come on. Can we just talk now, talk now? I need a way down, way down. I need a way out. Gotta let go, let go. Can't let you go, can't let you go. Gotta let go, let go. Can't let you go, can't let you go.
Boy, is there some talent out there, right? Yeah, I reckon so, Mars. I'm spot on. I'm with you on that one. Radio ready track of the show from Dizzy Dre, Hate Me Now. Like, just has the right amount, doesn't it? Song like that it's nicely mixed and nicely blended. Doesn't have too much going on. And that's the thing. A lot of folks think that you got to have 120 tracks and a whole bunch of complexity to have a cool radio ready mix, but you really don't. Sometimes the simple things in life are often the best. Exactly. Would get you moving. Would get the kids moving down in the clubs. If they went to your discotheque, the kids would be shaking and grooving to that one. That's what I believe. Let's see how this poll's doing, shall we? Let's see whether folks are interested. I'm going to end the poll. See whether folks are actually interested in doing something different. Oh, that's an interesting result. So 76% of you say yes, we should do an all firebeat edition of YML. 23% say no, which to me says it's not going to be for everyone, which nothing ever is. So maybe we do it as like a 1 hour special edition, YML special edition, all fire edition or something, just to test it, just test the water, because it might be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. I'll put that in my pipe and smoke it. And I'll put that in my ponder pile. Everyone has a ponder pile, right? Yeah, right next to your one day maybe list, your ponder pile. Things to just think about. All right, let's play our next tune. This is from ISAA or ISA, and it's called Hope Running. And they say, my new song Hope Running is about believing that things will get better, believing that you are capable to make things better, and believing in a better life. So let's go and take a listen to this one, shall we? It is ISA, ISAA, with Hope Running on Your Music Live.
Going and we never plan to stop. Always trying to be the better man. When we're always trying and we're grinding and we do it non-stop. Running under the element. When we're going sprinting, never fucking sick and make it to the top. Trying to make it eloquent. Never think about it, but I'm drinking with a bop. Ay. Driving, but I'm hoping that I'm on the right road. Riding, but I'm riding till I'm with a fight for. Fighting, but I'm flying bottom till the night's old. Night never wanna get a white gold. Ay. Damn, I'm always fucking counting when I make it to the mountain from 1,000 feet underground. Water in the fountain when I'm homies with the fucking water. Noble and the counting greener than an arrow. Merlin fucking Malcolm, damn. And we're always planning and we're going and we never plan to stop. Always trying to be the better man. And we're always trying and we're grinding and we do it non-stop. Running under the element. And we're going sprinting, never fucking sick and make it to the top. Trying to make it eloquent. Never think about it, but I'm drinking with a bop. Ay, trying to make the money, but I'm always fucking dreaming. Damn.
I Hope Running on Your Music Live. Yeah, some nice panning on the Vox there for sure. And I like the little dilly, some nice melodies and counter melodies in there. Nicely produced, some good flow, some good stuff going on there. I dig it. Yeah, nice rap, nicely in the pocket, in the zone. And the cool thing, I know I say this, and I'm a broken record on this stuff, folks, but the thing I love about this show is that we have all genres, we have all styles, we have all people from all parts of the world. We have stretched. We've had Romania, we've had Germany, we've had India, we've had Canada, we've had Australia, we've had the UK, we've had America. We've been everywhere, man, and all sorts of different music. Yes, very, very good lyrical flow indeed. Yeah, if you would like to submit your track for a future show, Thomas has got the deets right down there. Just go to studiolivetoday.com/YML. Sometimes we have a backlog. So for instance, the track we just played there, that was submitted about 4 weeks ago. The next track we're playing was submitted about 3 weeks ago. It's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. But it's good because it teaches patience and resilience. At least that's what I like to say. I like to say that it helps folks out. Let's play this next tune, shall we? This is from Slopaxo. It is called Ars Gratia Artis. And they say, I created the entire beat myself and the vocals are my own. Slopaxo. I just found you today and I subscribed. Thank you so much. I can't wait for this to happen. Well, there you go. You have been patient because it has been 3 weeks since you submitted. But let's give this track a spin, shall we? This is Slopaxo with Ars Gratia Artis on Your Music Live.
I
I know. People are like, what? You're turning it down? I need to know what happens. I'm intrigued. Well, guess what? You need to go and jump down into the description because I put the link to that and all the other songs we play down there for your reviewing and replaying needs. Yeah, really nicely done, wasn't it? Very, very cool stuff. Reminds me a bit of a modern version of Technotronic. Yeah, with the delayed synth bass. This beat is Technotronic. Nice crib too, right? Did anyone else think that the main character dude, especially when he was wearing sunglasses, I got a Manny from Lily Pilly's vibe. Let's just take a look at this. If you know the Lily Pillies, does that look like Manny with hair just creeping around the corner? Sorry, Manny. Oh, Manny's gonna be watching this on the replay and just go, what are you talking about, Pete? Now you're calling me a creepy stalker hiding behind trees? But no, there was just something about the beard and the look, like when he was sort of looking in the start of the video. I'm just like, it looks like Manny. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I think he gets arrested. You reckon? Do you think so? Do you think it looks like Manny from the Lily Pillies? A little bit. Yeah, kinda. Watch it again after the show and tell me that when he first comes and he's walking around, you don't instantly think, oh, Manny. Oh no, you're not Manny. Sorry. All right, we got ourselves 4 tracks to go here today, folks. So we're gonna finish this one in style. We got some great tunes to finish off the show here. This one is from Kinada Bambino, and they say this song is from my just released album. This is the strangest life I've ever known, and it was just an experiment with my sound. I hope you enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoy, and I'm going to enjoy this one too. This is Kinada Bambino. You might remember this cover here. We've played a few tracks from this album. They are awesome, and this one is no exception. Hopelessness, happiness on your music life. Bambino, yeah. How nice is the harmonies in that one? An absolute groove. I'm doing the Breakfast Club dance to this. There you go. Hey, 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 hey. Very good stuff there. Yeah, I like the chaotic sound in the background. Yeah, there's just something about it. They really do good stuff over there, Kinada Bambino. Jump down to the description, check them and all of the amazing artists that we've played here on the show here today. But it is that time. It is the time to play our anti-penultimate song. That's right, third to last, anti-penultimate. That's our word of the day. If you don't say I don't teach you anything, we're going to give this one a spin. This is from Raven Ray Rojado, and it is a track called For Me. They say, this is my favorite music of mine. I hope you enjoy it. Let's give it a spin, shall we? Our anti-penultimate tune, For Me, Raven Ray Rojado on Your Music Live.
So much times I was broken hearted, my soul torn apart. Now I'm caught in. Yeah, I messed up, I'm running from my life. I learned my lesson. I'm trying to avoid all the broken heartedness and temptations. Funny when I'm savage with the questions. I just wanna know you for me. Get a just wanna know you. Yeah, I just wanna know. I just wanna know you.
Once I was in my room crying, all that I can see is that you're lying. You made me wanna try, you made me feel high. I don't even know how to make it go by, yeah. You know what to do, I'm all about you. You lied to me too, but I still love you. Oh. You lied to me too, but I still love you.
Yeah, I messed up, I'm running for my life, I learned my lesson. I'm trying to avoid all the broken heartedness and attentions. Funny when I'm savage with the questions. I just wanna know you for me. Yeah, that last guy really wouldn't broke me. Yeah, that last guy really wouldn't tear me apart. And lately I got so many bangers in my heart. I just wanna know you for me.
Very cool stuff there. Yeah, look, I'm the same, Phil. It's not my genre. My kids, whenever I talk like that, it reminds me of the Back to the Future. It's just like, maybe it's not for you, but your kids are gonna love it. So yeah, I think my kids would be more into that than I am. But that's cool. Like I love all genres, and the reason I play all sorts of different songs, even though I'm a rock and folk and alternative guy at heart, is that I think it's important to branch out and to find different genres and to listen to them. And look, there's some stuff here that I don't play that I get sent through, and it's not because of the genre. It's because it's like a little bit chaotic and maybe at the start of someone's journey. But when you hear something like that, that's grooving, it's in the pocket, it's doing good things, then I love it and I'm going to play it. So good stuff there. Yeah, I liked the chingy. And that's the thing. A lot of these cool tracks have like nice guitar loops and riffs in them too. So I really dig it. Yes, the modern sound of now. I can see a TikTok dance being done to it. All right, let's continue on here. We've got 2 more songs to go. Yeah, that was the anti-peanut, mate, as I think it was Bear that said the anti-penultimate. We've now got our penultimate tune, and it is over here on the Cloud of Sounds, and it's an artist that many of you will know and do love. It's our friend Jonathan Linton. This week he says, had a bit of writer's block the last few months. Wrote this a week ago. Has some King's X influence along with the usual favourite band, Alice in Chains. So we're going to rock out to our penultimate tune here called Pray. Jonathan Linton on Your Music Live.
A lonely night, your mind is running wild with thoughts of borrowed time. Salvation will be mine. Savior in suit and tie to face in life. Lay your path to paradise. These smell like thin ice. Get on your knees. It's time to pray. Get on your knees. It's time to pray for deliverance. I will redeem you from sin. Cross the Palmer now, guide the way to pay for deliverance. Pray for deliverance. My heaven will let you in. Cross my Palmer now, guide the way to pray for deliverance. Hallelujah. Now salvation's born. But what if he was wrong? A fleeting thought, drown fears and worship song. Savior, please guide the way.
Jonathan Linton rocking his way and grunging it up and rubbing it in the dirt as he's prone to do every time we hear from him. Really good stuff there from Jonathan Linton, our penultimate song. And you know what that means when we've played a penultimate song? Yeah, it is time to say goodbye to YML for another week. But don't be sad, 'cause we'll be back with another show real soon. Doesn't it just make you so sad? No, not at all. We've had a rocking time here tonight. We've done it. Thank you to DistroKid. They are the folks who keep the lights on around here. And as I've said many times during the show here, if you are an independent artist and you want to release your music to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, Tidal, you name it, they put it there. TikTok, for goodness sake, everywhere. Instagram. Use that link. You're going to save yourself 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan, and you can release an unlimited amount of music. You can be like cool folks like the artists that we play here, including our own Mr. Dom Torregrossa, who is going to take us out here tonight. He says, "Hi, Pete, and everyone at YML. Good Intention is the 5th song this summer that was an old demo forgotten on my hard drive. It's a fairly straightforward blues song in D major, but done for the most part like a singer-songwriter. I like it. I hope you do too." If it's a Dom Torregrossa song, is there any chance that we're not going to like it? I don't think so. Let's give it a spin, shall we? Dom Torregrossa and Good Intention to take us out, our ultimate song on Your Music Live.
Late at night, when the world is sleeping, I feel so tired, but the wheel just keeps turning. All I have and all I have took for granted. In the end, the remains of my good intention. I'm so tired of everyone saying it. I'm so tired of the games I've been playing with. I really, really hate explaining it to you.
Possibly the longest guitar solo ever played on an edition of Your Music Live. Thank you everyone for being here. If you had some fun here tonight, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to share with folks, especially if you've had a song on the show here today. Let folks know how much you indeed do rock. We'll be back tomorrow with Garage Band Weekly, and I hope you can join us then, where we'll be playing a random genre that you have decided. Is it jazz? Will it be emo? What will it be? We will find out that and much more tomorrow. Thank you again to DistroKid for supporting the show and for their wonderful, kind sponsorship of this very show, Your Music Live. And thank you to you for submitting your songs and for hanging out here and watching tonight or today. Wherever you are in the world, as we say every week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, keep creating. I'll see you next time on Your Music Live. Bye for now.
All I had and all that I have let go. In the end,
of my good intention.